Hello, Scorpio suns, moons, risings, Scorpio stelliums, Scorpio dominant, Pluto dominant charts. Welcome to your bi-weekly reading for November 1st to November 15th. I am Natalie, spelled Natalee. I'm a psychic tarot reader, and I'm here to read your energies for the 2 weeks ahead for you. Okay, my dears? So I'm going to shuffle while I explain the tunings in. So before I begin, I will be tuning into the dominant energies. You know, for me, it's always the strongest energy wins. And so Scorpios, what I picked up is, first they showed me, okay, that's too difficult to describe. Basically, there's a part of someone's brain, I think it's like over here somewhere, or maybe if this is like reverse, maybe it's like over here, but it feels like it's like right here. There's someone's, that part of someone's brain is being healed, or it is healed. It's been like really quite astoundingly rehabilitated. And what this is due to is the power of the Scorpio to really rise from the ashes. I'm connecting here with a Scorpio who has overcome like a rewiring, a redoing. And it's really kind of interesting that we're going into Mercury retrograding in Scorpio. So even if you don't have your Mercury in Scorpio per se, it's going to be double that for you. But even if you don't, even if you're just a Scorpio, you have a Scorpio placement, there is this opportunity to go back and redo. So it's interesting because I'm connecting with a Scorpio who's already completed that mentally. So I'm really excited for you, Scorpios, because what this Mercury retrograde is going to be for you, what it's feeling like is it's going to be the opportunity for you to make something right, or to redo something in action, where other Scorpios or other people are going to use this Mercury retrograde for the thinking process, like where they've maybe been thinking a certain thing or a certain way. And then, you know, October 31st, Mercury retrograde really just are apparent, you know, from our stance here on Earth. And once that revolution, you know, kind of starts, this Mercury retrograde for them will be kicking off their mental reprogramming. So you guys are actually the people I'm connecting with, the Scorps, you guys I'm connecting with, if you're resonating with this, you guys are actually ahead of that curve. You're ahead of that curve. So the cards are done cooking. Let's see what this has to do with. I'm really excited because the way it looked, the way it showed up, it's you did something really big with your mind. I mean, you really took your power and you just focused it. You have this immensely powerful laser-like focus, and that's what you put it on, and you changed it. Like you totally, yes, you totally changed it. Ooh, I feel like that's for you too. Oh yeah, that's for you. I'm sorry. Okay, we have to just, there we go. Okay, so yeah, this is exactly it. This is exactly it. You already went through all of this. And you did this. You did the transformation. You completed this whole. I mean, really, you made it your goal. You made it your goal for yourself, and it could even be something that you. I mean, you probably didn't tell anyone about it, but it was something that this was fueled by regret. Okay, it's like you already felt a consequence, or you already felt a loss about something, and that's what led you to say, you know what? It doesn't have to stay this way. It doesn't have to be this way. I can still make a difference. I can still change things. There's still an opportunity here. There's still something that I can do about this, because we have that star. We have this beautiful, pure energy. So there was something here. It's having hope for a new beginning. It's having hope for a new opportunity that fueled this, you know, it's instead of taking that regret and just feeling really shitty and really sorry for yourself and really bad about yourself and really sad for how things went down, and really sort of accepting that it was the way it is and it's all going to be the same forever. No, there's something here. There's something that you kind of kept your eye on, sort of exclusive actually, sort of not like a long shot. It could be a long shot for some of you. It's something that you're still going to go for, that you're still going to try and manifest, because that's what I feel like is going on now, that you're trying to make it like it was in the 5D, and now you're trying to make it into the 3D. You're trying to actually physically manifest it so that you can hold it in your hands, so you can look at it right in front of you. But it's what fueled this. It's really what gave you the strength here. So this opportunity, or this new beginning, this job, career, friendship, at this point, I feel like it's going to be any and all of the above for whoever is connecting with this message. So, look back into whatever, but it's something you had to change your mind about. They showed me like the whole brain map, okay? It was all lit up like a little Christmas tree when it was like dead before. Full disclosure, I have this obsession with brains, like actual brain matter. So I connect with brain frequency like really easily. And what they showed me was, because brains are mushy. Yeah, they're pretty mushy. This part of your brain, or this part of your mental space, was not lit up. Like, it was dark. It was really dark. I mean, dark like this card dark. And now you lit it up. Now it's lit up. So I'm connecting with a Scorpio who's changed their brain chemistry, who's changed the neuronal pathways, so that when you think a thought or have an experience, instead of automatically going to a feeling or a thought, you stopped and you did the hard work to just and reroute your thinking, and it's specifically, they showed me this is a specific mental thing. They showed me also like gauze, and they showed me a lot of different stuff, but basically what you did, and I feel like this is the past, like you're coming out of the conquering of the mental, and you're bringing it into manifestation mode. I haven't even picked up the card that actually came out. This is still like just the bottom of the deck cards. But now you're like, watch me now, fucker. I'm gonna make this shit real. You're just like unstoppable. You really are, Scorpio. Like, I don't care that Mercury is retrograding in Scorpio. You're gonna take all the energy available to you. Actually, this helps you, because I feel like because this is triggered by a regret, and it feels like a realization. It feels like, oh my God, what did I do? It feels like it just, the horror, oh, I just got the chills. It feels like the horror of something that you just didn't know before, that you were kind of dead to understanding. You were dead to seeing or accepting. It's like it finally hit you in some way, shape, or form, whatever this has to do with, and you realized that you actually lost, or that you actually, there was some thinking that other way served you in your life until it didn't, until it bit you in the bum, until it really got you. There's something here that's you would have kept thinking this way unless you had felt the consequences of thinking that way, is what I'm trying to say here. And I want to know what the card is. Okay, cool. Okay, sorry. It's 9 of Staves. So you're now super protective of it, because you don't want to make this. You're not going to make that mistake again. You've totally rewired. Ooh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that word. I need to get my thesaurus out. So you reprogrammed your brain, and so you're like a whole new, you're Scorpio 2.0, 3.0, 9.5, just kidding. You did your software update on your brain, and you're now like, you're super, super Scorpio, and now you're super protective of that. Like this new state of being that you are in, you were kind of like a magician energy beforehand. I mean, Scorpio, whatever you put your mind to. A lot of gang leaders, a lot of mafia leaders are Scorpios, because they have this, you guys have this, you can control the masses. Let me just put it that way. You can control groups of people. You can have capos, you can have soldiers, you can keep it all running very smoothly. Okay. I don't know why that just came in, but it did. So you were always able to manifest, and what you were manifesting before, it was working, but it really wasn't the right way. It really wasn't the right thing. It really wasn't what you really wanted. And you came up to that. You're like, oh my God, I really lost something. So now you're trying to get it back. Now you're trying to make this come to fruition, and you are. I can really feel that happening here. Very protective of it. Extremely protective. This is the wounded warrior. So it's also that you are in a place where you were able to take the reasons why you thought that way. And this is very specifically mental. I'm connecting with a Scorpio. I'm just going to just reiterate that one more time. You were able to take how that was created, that way of thinking, and it's like you realize that it really wasn't even you, is what it feels like. It feels like an ancestral thing. It really does. It feels like something you picked up that you maybe it could have been something that you acclimated to, that you had to get used to, that you had to interesting. They're showing me The Departed, that scene with Jack Nicholson and the little boy that I think is young Matt Damon. And it's when he buys the kid groceries and gives him stuff and he's like, yeah, you have any problems, come see me, or you want a job someday, come see me, something like that. That's the moment, that's the pivotal moment in that boy's life that he knew how the world works. Okay? Is that really how it's like that moment he accepted that's how the world works, that's how things are. This is an analogy for something with 1111. I just saw it. That's an analogy with you, Scorpio, where there was something you saw or observed, or there was an experience you were part of, and I feel like it was sort of like that, like a pivotal moment that you just saw this massive display of power, or vulgar display of power. Pantera, and you just thought that you knew that's how it is. And that was the incorrect programming. And that led you into something that was resulting in a deep loss that you missed out on. There was a whole either realm of experience, or there was something there. There was some part of life. And so now that you have come out of that, now that you are in your own power, now that you kind of design your own perspective, like you have your own way of looking at things, you have your own thoughts about the world, you're not what I really feel like is a break away from an institution, a mental institution. There's no other way to say it, but really you broke away from a mental structure, an energy structure, and you left that in favor of one that is actually solid and one that is U-shaped. So because this pain isn't far from you, it's not far at all, it's right under the surface, you're very much protective of whatever this is, whatever this star is for you, this, I don't know if it's a person or a job or a career or an opportunity or whatever, come what may. It's something that you are now fiercely protective of, where you are not going to let anything get in. And see, now you have a great boundary. You have a mental boundary. Like nothing's going to change your mind about this. Nothing's going to actually infiltrate your mental process, it's like now you have your own mind. You're in your own mind. I feel very comfortable. Like getting into your energy was really fluid. It was really easy, which is really surprising tapping into Scorpio energy, because there's always like these layers and complexities and just really intricate webs of everything. Okay. But tuning into you, it was like after Neo goes into Agent Smith and then just like bursts, and then little pieces of Agent Smith fly everywhere, and he's like, when you see all of the walls kind of bend with him, and he looks out at the world and he sees code. That's like you're Neo. You look out at the world and you see the code of the matrix. Like you see everything for how it really is. So you don't need to analyze anymore. You don't need to overwhelm yourself, Scorpio, with trying to figure out people's motives and trying to figure out what their agendas are and what they want, because you just see it right up front. You know that type of person. You know what they're really, if someone could be lying to you, you know exactly what their agendas are. Whereas before, you doubted yourself, you doubted other people, you didn't really, it was a little bit insecure with that. But now, you have like the boundaries of your mind where you're like, there's no going back now. Now that you know, now that you've seen behind the veil, now that you've seen, what's the Wizard of Oz? now that you've seen behind the what you call, there's no going back. And you're like, no one's stopping me. Like, if anyone's trying to talk you out of something right now, like, it's just the worst time. It's the worst time. The first 2 weeks of November, November 1st to November 15th, Scorpio, you're just not going to change your mind. You're not. The group of you that I'm connecting with, if this is resonating with you, you know yourself. You know yourself. You know your mental processes. You know your mind. That's the biggest thing here. I'm connecting with a Scorpio that just like knows their mind. It's like, and because of that, you stand in your own power and like you can manifest whatever this is that you want now. Holy moly, 15 and a half minutes. Okay, what's the next message for my Scorps? My little water babies. That does want to come out, doesn't it? What is it? Oh, Scorp. You went and got the 6 of Cups. How adorable. That's precious. See, I don't have as much coffee tongue anymore because I do tea in the morning now. And then when the tea goes cold, I add lemonade for my Arnold Palmer. Okay. But honestly, for real, guys, this is definitely, see, I knew ancestry was involved here. I feel like you're actually repairing relationships with one or both of your parents. Whoever made it through you getting your own power back. They're making me say that because for some of you, you learned to think the wrong way from one or both of your parents. So now that you matured out, you're your own magician, now that you're thinking U-shaped, Scorps, I feel like it's going to bring you closer to the parent that's actually, but then it's going to alienate you from the parent that is still thinking that way, that is still thinking in that toxic mental, I know how the world really works way. No, like that's not. Okay, I just want to throw that out. They're having me say that, so that might not resonate for all of you, okay? And so parts of this can resonate, little elements of this reading can resonate, or the whole reading might resonate. So you're here for Scooby Snacks, which is the parts that don't resonate, but it's interesting. It's like little popcorn bits. Or you're here for the tonic, which is like, take your Philboid Studge. It's a sake reference. No one's going to get that. It's okay. And it's something that's like helping you and helping heal you and help you on the right. Like this is your confirmation that you're on the right track. Like if you are having a moment of, God, I really miss talking to dad. I really miss talking to mom about every single thing under the sun. And now I can't talk to her. Now I can't talk to him because I know that they're in this, so I get that there's nostalgia about it. But here's the thing is that you do have access to someone in your environment. There's someone either coming into your space. Now, this is the thing. Because you've leveled up mentally, you're going to start seeing this be reflected physically, and you're actually manifesting this already for yourself. So it's like the universe supports that, especially with Mercury going retrograde in Scorpio. Like it's literally giving you the energy to redo, to go back and redesign, make it perfect, make it better, make something, that thing that was broken for a year and a half, perfect time to go fix it. It's like that. It's like really it's the auspicious moment for this to physically take shape for you. Okay. So because you've leveled up mentally, yes, not everyone's going to be there, but you know that you have to have the boundary so that everyone that gets behind the boundary, they're all safe. Where you just don't, it's like thoughtless. The people that come over your house now, the people that you surround yourself with now, whatever that is, they've made it. You up the ante, you raise the standard for whoever's going to be around you. You raise the standard to the star. This is a really pure energy. This is a person who has the strength to be vulnerable. I mean, she's naked. This is someone who is that pure that they can just take their heart and go, splat, and just let it be, let whatever happen to it. But there's some cosmic protection in that, okay? But that's what you are allowing into your mind and in your heart, and in some cases your physical life, like your physical boundaries, like your home, your property, your tiny home. I've been on a huge tiny home YouTube video kick. So it's like you're creating your home life, you're creating your home life and your environment to reflect that mental security that you have. Oh, we're at the 20-minute mark. These are going to be 30-minute videos on YouTube. And then, okay, so we're going to do 30 minutes on the Radiant Wise cards. And then in the 30-minute extended, I'm going to go into the other decks and clarify with the other decks and then get oracle cards and get advice and all that good stuff. So I'm going to pause my recording because it usually cuts me off, and then I'll be right back. Hold on. Bing. Okay. So everyone that's going to be with you on the inside of this, it's like you kind of just leveled up again, and people are going to fall away. But the people that are left who earned their spot with a Scorpio, which is super freaking rare. Okay, if you're an evolved Scorpio, you're like the lucky charm. You're a human being that is just so valuable, and you're so special, and you're so a high evolved Scorpio. I think it just doesn't get any better. I'm biased, but yeah. So if they made it through your scorpionic intelligence and your intuition, if they really made it, they're here to stay. Like, they're here to last. They're really solid people. And this does look like it's a people thing, that mentally you had to change the way you thought because it was low vibrational. So then when you change the way you thought, anyone else around you that was thinking the way you were thinking, they're not going to make it. Like, they're not going to just have the same epiphanies that you have at the same time. And then you all just like, let's link arms and just walk together into the gates of happiness, It doesn't happen that way. So these people, or anyone from here forward that you really bring into your inner circle, Scorpio, these people are going to be, they're going to have longevity written all over their face. Like, you're going to feel them. You're going to feel them out. It's going to corroborate with what your mental processes are saying. The only thing I would say is to be a little bit wary of the paranoia, because that's kind of like an always Scorpio thing, but with Mercury retrograde, we're going to see a little bit more of the anything that is kind of toxic, like paranoia, jealousy, fears. That's going to come up for different groups of Scorpios to deal with in this Mercury retrograde, to kind of work through those. That's going to come up to the surface for them to purge, let go, and then it's gone, hopefully, if they do the hermit work. For you, I don't see that coming up. I feel like you already went through that because you already suffered a major loss. You already felt those consequences. I'm just covering my bases. So if you notice anything coming up, just check yourself and go through and trust the new way that you're thinking, because you're not going to it's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're just going to sing kumbaya and let anyone in. Like, no, you have these boundaries up, even though you are a higher vibration. It doesn't make you vulnerable, and it doesn't make you easier for anyone to walk all over you. So let's just make that distinction extremely clear. Okay, guys. So anyone new coming into your life, there's this beautiful gate. I love this card because it's the boundary card. I'm protecting my own happiness. Okay, so we have this, and we have like the goodies behind the gate. Okay, so anyone new coming into your life, they're going to add to this wealth and happiness. They're going to be someone that you can sense a familiarity with. And there could actually even be someone on their way to you, like just new actually, yes. They're saying they're confirming that for me. Yes, there are new people, like exciting. They're saying it's going to be very exciting for you. They're actually showing me this. They could be not specifically Aquarians, but they could be channeling Aquarian energy. They're going to be people that are just new and different. It's like you couldn't open your mind up to different people or different kinds of people, or you distrusted. You know, if someone's coming to you really pure, you could have just written them off right away. Like, oh, they're fake. Oh, they're trying to get something from me. Oh, they're insincere, right? Whereas now, maybe you lost a potential friend, or you lost an opportunity. There is something that you lost that you're trying to get back. You're trying to bring this back into your space. It's actually what you're trying to manifest right now. Actually, it goes kind of before, because this is the one that popped out first. So this is going to be your first. I mean, I saw this one first, so you can just take the. We'll take both of these cards in equal measure as far as the first cards out, because the first cards are always the most powerful. So you're definitely like protecting all of this, protecting your powers too. Okay, very exciting. And so it's like you're really interested in building a foundation that will last the test of time. Like now you're looking towards building things, building relationships, building foundations. You're restructuring your life. I feel like this is a total restructure, like a redo. And especially with the Six of Cups, it's going to the past. It's going through the past and taking what's useful and leaving everything behind that's really not useful. And it's like, I feel like this is creating new memories. It's creating new traditions, creating new positive memories. You want, like, I feel like you really want to erase this, whatever this is. Like you want to erase it, like you want it gone, like you really want it. And that one cut me off after 5 minutes and such and such. I feel like you really want to, I feel like you're energized and really ready to shed the very last bit. Like you're trying to make new memories, new good times, new, you know, there really is the driving force of this is about making this correct, getting this back, whatever this was, but making something new, manifesting something new for yourself that is built on the foundation of security, stability, nostalgia, genuine, sincere feelings. There was something that needed to be changed mentally for you to get here, for you to be able to do this, Scorps, and you did it. That's the group I'm connecting with. So for others of you, if you haven't had this whole 180-degree turn of mind, then you probably can look forward to that unfolding over the next 2 weeks from November 1st to the 15th, or whenever you're clicking into this reading. It's either behind you or it's ahead of you. Okay, Scorps? So let's just get one more card. We've got like 5 minutes left. Let's see here. Hold on, there's something else here I'm not getting. I get reconnecting with dad. I get reconnecting with, you could be learning something new about your father or your ancestry, or it could be your mother as well. She could have, if it's mom, then she was like a single mom, because she's showing up really like sort of responsible, like maybe she had to be super responsible, but I'm getting that she kind of wasn't. It's going to be a lot of different for you guys, okay? Hold on. Interesting. When you heal, one of two things happen. Either you heal and the people around you heal, or you heal and it alienates you from everyone around you that want to stay toxic, and then you have to leave. So this goes back to what I said before about one of your parents and one of your parents. So in some of your cases, it's both of your parents. But for some of you, it's really alienating. It's a really harsh, for some of you, it's a very harsh difference where it's totally alienating you from one parent, but then it's really enriching and deepening and sealing the bonded connection with the other one. I feel like it's the father. It doesn't have to be, though. Yeah, there's major movements happening there with the family, because you're healing and you're sending that healing up through the ancestral energies, not through my hair, through the ancestral energies. So your ancestors are very happy that this is happening. They're really happy because they weren't able to do it. They had to, because of circumstances, they weren't able to. There were some of your ancestors who wanted to do what you're doing now, and they were not able to. Some of them wanted to explore, gender roles were really forceful. And I'm connecting with someone whose ancestors just didn't didn't like that. Like maybe you could have had ancestors that were maybe always going against the grain too, for some of you that suffered a lot for it. You know, had they had Wi-Fi and Instagram and tagging, geolocation tagging and you know what I'm saying? So you're living it for all of your ancestors and your past lives. Oh, now they're giving me past lives. Hold on. This is a big energy shift for you. Huge energy shift. It's healing past life relationships with one or both of your parents in this lifetime. Wow, this is a lot just from a mental. This is a work well done, a life well lived. This is literally the end of life. This judgment, this decision, you're going to get it. Whatever you're trying to manifest, this is the perfect card to come up at the very end. You're going to manifest it. There's a do or die moment. There's a moment to commit. There's a moment to jump in. There's a moment to that really brings it down from the 5D into the 3D here. And it's like, this is the final end of this, where you don't go back. You don't go back to thinking the way you thought before or feeling the way you felt before. I called out the 1111 too. 1111. I mean, I saw it on the clock. I just happened to, I was talking about Jack Nicholson. I just saw the little clock and it's 1111. So yeah, so this movement forward for you, Scorpio, for November 1st to the 15th, or whenever you're clicking in, because all of my readings are timeless, you're heading into like ultimate stability. This is like the new life for you. And it's all because you were able to change your mind. Okay, Scorps, that's the short version. The long version, in the extended, we're going to clarify all of this. We're going to clarify the Magician, the Five of Cups, the Star, and the Ace of Pentacles. We're going to clarify the Nine of Wands. We're going to clarify, I say clarify, but really we're going to get whatever they give us. Like whatever you need to know is what they're going to give us. So while it might not be clarifying why, it will be more information on why it's showing up here, why this prominent energy is showing up here, and what you need to know moving forward. Okay, so we're going to get more onto the Ten of Pentacles, the the Six of Cups, and the Four of Staves, the 1111, and the Judgment. So if I see you on the flip side, I'll see you very shortly. And if this is where we leave things, Scorpio, have a wonderful first 2 weeks of November. Be very safe and very careful, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.